Can you hear me? Everything. Ow! What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Ken Ross Present the Yeah I Said It podcast. We're expressing our full capabilities until they want us in correctional facilities. Brainchild of my child. I'm the dad half of this operation coming to you live and in public, if you will. Still sitting back in the Morpheus chair yet again, or if you're a red or blue pill. And as always, I am rocking with the best, ironically, Neo. Please introduce yourself to the folk.
The Simpsons have a time machine. Yeah, what's good, everybody? Everybody's having a good day, month, year, hour, second, all that good stuff. You watching all other platforms? Please share with your friends, your family, your pets, the bug on the wall, the aliens outside, all that stuff. If you watch on YouTube, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Because if you don't, the elephant gonna sit on your car.
Jeez, that's rough. Good one, good one, good one. Or orcas might learn how to walk, which is even.
So, right.
So we got some interesting stuff to get to. This I've been waiting to do this show. Because this has been lighting everything up. We're gonna start right into it. Get into the Oceangate thing. For those who aren't aware, Oceangate had a submersible. I had it wrong. It is a clear difference between a submersible and a submarine. But long story short, Oceangate, this company called Oceangate, put together a submersible, has been making trips to see the Titanic underwater, way down, down, down underwater. Sadly, a recent trip was cut horribly short. The CEO of the company, a couple billionaires, one of their sons was in there. It has shown that it pretty much imploded, and there was such mixed reaction. And I just want to explore the angles there. That's not a good angle there. For those of you who
Uh,
can't see, my co-host is sitting here laughing. For whatever reason, he's going to clarify momentarily because
oh
on the
yeah.
surface it looks extremely cruel. But
Wow.
see, that's well, I'm gonna say flat out. I don't applaud. I never applaud the loss of life. Not like this. Not like this. Again, kind of like our topic last week.
Report the loss
I
of life.
think this is where the
Yeah.
difference between one of us actually being a parent is a little bit different
I don't
because
care. That means nothing in this equation. But go ahead.
it means a
Mm,
lot because again, that is not how you. It's not a direct parallel, but I can't imagine being in Kobe's shoes when you're on a helicopter going down with your kid, right? I can't imagine being on a submersible that was supposed to be an amazing trip and a part-time research, scientific research trip, and that's the last moment you spend with your kid. And again, there's a difference between you and I being a parent. But so MC Snickers over here, I'll let you lead it off.
it's not the difference. They both, well, so allegedly both died. But all right, here we go. This whole thing. The more I really think about it, that shit sound fake as a mother.
No, no, you put the number two on. You a Jeter in this. You can lead it off.
Like
Please explain.
that shit sound fake as a mother. You mean to tell me billionaires and whatever signed a waiver that had death on it multiple times, and then gets in a tube, not a submarine, a tube with no windows, one screen in the front, small ass screen by the way, that's controlled by a GameCube controller. And
Okay,
you just thought
so
that was a good idea to go submerged deep underwater.
okay, all right.
After the person, the CEO, whoever the hell, was warned it's not safe. Your whatever your contraction is not built to withstand the pressure under there. You're gonna get people killed. He was warned that. He did anyway. That's why I said, like I said, you require that many zeros to your name. Not saying you're Albert Einstein, but I didn't think you were stupid. That's the wrong word. Or just really stupid to just do something. That's why I said I think this is all fake. And like on my
Okay.
hearts, I think it's fake. But even if it's real, it's like I don't know. It's two things you can never get me to feel bad about. Never, no matter the circumstance. Billionaires is one, and two, it's things that could have been avoided. Like I said, I've seen plenty of videos. Just an example, a guy, it was a cage lion. I don't know if you saw it. A dude was messing with it, put his hand, dude was smacking it or whatever. The lion took his finger. Didn't feel bad for that person.
No, you
I
don't. You don't
like
feel bad for that.
like when you make dumbass choice, I can't really feel bad when you get dumbass results. So I'm sorry. I just you can call it
This
cruel, whatever. I don't feel bad. Now the Twitter jokes did not make it any better, but it was funny as hell. But other than that, it's like if it was real, that's tough. If it wasn't, what's really going on?
okay. So let's start at the top. What? Because I hear a lot of this, and I try hard not to dive too deep off the
It sounds fake. It just sounds fake. Like there's no way.
well,
There's no way. I really think the government and the media are really testing our intelligence to see how smart we are. I think the first strike was COVID, and I think now they just really just playing around with us now. This just sounds just completely stupid.
okay. So we can't do COVID as fake because you can't fake 600,000 dead bodies. There's that.
Did I say it was fake? I just said they're testing your intelligence when it comes to it. I'm didn't mean it's fake. It could have been real. It might not have been. The fake part might not have been the actual disease. The fake part would have been the actual deaths and how severe and the vaccine that all you motherfuckers took. That's the fake part. The disease existing or not, I don't really care about that. It probably did. But all the stuff that came after it and that was happening during it, and then all the stuff we hear coming out after the fact, and Fauci can't be found. Yeah, okay. That's it. I really think they testing society's intelligence, man, just to see what they can get away with, just to see is like, all right, I
What
need
does
this to happen. If I do A, B, and C, will I be able to make this happen? With everyone being, like I said, I usually don't like when there's a lot of, like, especially a dumb topic like this, when all eyes are on that, because it makes it real easy to distract you from something else that's really happening, which usually what happens with the news. They're really good at that tactic. So I just want to know what's really about to happen or what's really going on that we're focusing on billionaires in a fucking submarine. Well, not even submarine, a tube controlled by a GameCube controller. I just want to know.
Oh boy, I hate that. Jeez, man, now I have to. I hate to do it to you. I love you very much, but I gotta do it to you now. Okay, so parts of this story that actually might add a little more context. Um, there's nothing fake about it. This has happened numerous times, as in this very submersible has made this trip a few times. The problem we're having is the part that you mentioned. The person who was in charge of safety turned whistleblower mentioned, hey, y'all might want to take a look at this because it ain't going to keep holding up. It's not going to keep holding up. For whatever reason, he was fired. And the CEO was like, yeah, we got it. That's problem point A. Problem point B, this wasn't just a tourist mission. It seems frivolous, but it wasn't. If you've ever actually seen the footage we do have of the Titanic, it barely is recognizable. And there's a certain kind of bacteria, and it goes back to something you said. We don't completely comprehend what's down there. There's a certain kind of bacteria that is deteriorating the ship. We're trying to study that and see what it is, what it does, so on and so forth. There was also a climate change angle to this as well. So for a couple of people on there, it was, hey, let's see the Titanic. The other part of that was there actually was some scientific research involved.
You can use the actual
Next,
submarine man.
okay, next piece.
This is stupid. You
Um,
just made it more stupid. Go ahead. You
Depends.
really
Like,
are
look at next piece.
stupid.
Please explain to me what scientific advancement we have without there being inherent risk. Somebody, I give you a real basic example. Somebody had to figure out the very same venom from a cobra is how you make anti-venom. The Wright brothers had to know the risk of, hey, if we run and this thing don't fly, we could land, fall off a cliff and die. You know what I'm going? There is no scientific discovery, no scientific push without the inherent risk. This is the same thing. This is We're trying to figure out what this bacteria is,
No, it's not.
if it can be useful,
It's not.
but there is an inherent risk of going that deep into the ocean. So there is no scientific discovery without inherent risk.
We're discovering bacteria, and you have proper stuff that could probably withstand that, but you just didn't listen on the
What
name,
if
and
you
then you
don't have?
charge people all that money to see it in a small screen. Like, so you could just
Because
went on a
if you can't
submarine.
get the funding, what do?
Don't do it.
So if I can't get a contract, just hypothetically here,
Don't
so
do
if I
it.
can't get a country or a medical facility to give me funding for this because they don't see the point, but I
Okay.
can
So
say,
just
hey, I'll tell
hoodwink
you what,
billionaires. Cool.
it's not hoodwinking.
It is hoodwink, and
It is a scientific discovery, and you get to be on the front line of it and say, I was on the voyage that discovered A, B, and C. Like,
I discovered
think
bacteria that could end us. By the way,
or
there's
not,
that risk.
or not.
And we don't know. Why
That's and
you know what?
this,
I don't care about that. Why are we, just leave the ocean alone, dog? It's a dead boat full of dumb mistakes that happened a millennia ago. Watch it on Discovery Channel, bro. It's the same thing, my boy. Or go scuba dive. See even like what are we doing? This shit just
and then
sounds more
the
stupid
other
even the more you explain it. Like,
how
no, it don't sound real. It just sounds like a distraction, though. It really does.
do you not understand how science and advancements in science and medicine work? Y'all
You
sound
could have
y'all
had better tools to do it if that was really the case.
well clearly no one was funding it.
Oh, well, I wonder why.
Who's
I
to
wonder
say he
why.
didn't
I
who's to say he
wonder why.
didn't ask the Russian government? Who's to
Wonder
say he
why.
didn't ask this government? Who's to say he didn't ask a different government? Hey,
Bruh,
I want to make an
You were
expedition.
warned. You were warned, and you still did it. I can't feel bad for you. And then, like I said, I don't even care. Fuck all the science. If you want to go that route, go ahead. You go ahead and believe that bullshit. Okay, go that route. So you mean to tell me you will look in that tube with a small screen, no windows, no nothing, and someone is, and I swear to God, if I get on a subway, somebody's controller with a freaking game controller, I'm getting off that piece right away.
It's already made the journey a few times.
Luck.
luck,
If it well, actually, if it
luck is
actually
doing it once or
existed,
twice.
well, actually,
Luck is doing it once or
actually,
twice.
oh no, no, yeah, clearly it was luck because look what happened. If it did happen, that's why I said maybe the journeys didn't happen either. This all could be lies, man.
So they faked their own death because they were connected to Epstein because that's the nonsense I keep hearing. They
I don't
faked
know
their own
about that.
deaths.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
Okay.
I'm just saying
Because I'm
this.
like,
I just gave a vague answer. It's distraction from something because this is
no.
not breaking news.
Bob, thank you for bringing
This
that
is
up.
not breaking news.
The reason I don't believe in distraction bullshit, and I think that's a whole bunch of
I do.
hotepian nonsense,
I do.
is because I got really heartbreaking news for all the distraction crowd. There is nothing that needs to be intentionally done to distract anyone from shit. You know why?
Why not?
Because for the last few years, there's shit right in front of our face. There's obviousness in front of our face that has not been distracted from.
It's
Like
not.
they
It's
don't
not.
have
It's.
to distract you
I
from
don't think it's
anything.
designed to distract the dumb people, the sheep. That's easy. It's really probably designed for people like that actually think about stuff. Because now you're gonna be focused on your attention on all the dumb shit.
Hold on. Let me blow this to pieces real quick. Cause my man Black Ace, friend of the show, he hit the same thing, and I'm like, okay, so
That don't even. Does
let's
this even sound
hold on.
realistic to you? You looked at the supposed tool. Why would someone go in there?
So okay,
You look at a ship that's been wrecked for
let me
how long?
explain. Let me explain. Cause y'all, yeah, and this is the part I don't get. There's
Well,
a
you
couple
believe
pieces here,
everything that news people
I'm
say.
gonna dive into it. There's a couple things here that y'all don't get, and I hate to say it. Some of this is lack of imagination, and some of this is poverty. And here's what I mean: there are certain experiences that you can have that are very exclusive. You can be one of a very few exclusive list of people to do it. That's one. But some of those experiences require a certain income level. So I get some people can't understand it, but I need people to explain their minds for a little bit. If you have that kind of capital, You are used to existing at a certain level, and you're also used to no one saying no to you or believing if they do say no, it's possible. So if someone comes to you and says, listen, I have a research expedition. I have a submersible that has already made the trips a few times. I'm going to leave out the part I just fired my safety guy. I'm not going to sell you on that. But I have a submersible that can get us to the Titanic. I will take a sample of this bacteria. It could be life changing. Either way, this is a scientific research mission, and you can be one of the very few to be a part of it. To some, that is an exclusive. It's like back in the day when people used to
Guess
look to the
what? Guess
stars.
what? Guess what? Because now you got poor minds thinking that is the greatest scam I ever heard in my life. Think, oh my
Y'all don't,
God.
and again, I say
Oh
y'all
my
don't
God,
understand
y'all
how
are
y'all
so
don't understand how
gullible. I
science
love
works.
it. I love it. You believe everything that article whatever tells you. I can tell. You believe
What
all
do you
that
think?
shit.
So
You
you've ever
do. So
watched?
you think
Have you
all that
ever
shit is
watched Shark?
real. So
Have you ever
so
watched
why
Shark
was you
Tank?
against COVID then? You should have believed everything they damn said.
Have you ever watched Shark Tank? I'm gonna show you how this works. Have you ever watched Shark Tank ever?
Yes. Well, why Shark
Okay. So let me help you. The sharks, quote unquote, are what? Venture capitalists. What is a venture capitalist code for? Venture capital is nothing more than a nice way to say, I have enough money to throw away behind your little business. So even if it doesn't work, I'm good.
So
Venture
you wait.
capitalism in and of
That's
itself
different.
says,
That's different.
hey, I got 250K to throw away on a risky ass research mission. But if it works, it's my name on it. I have the patent. I get the part of the
This this
naming
this
rights.
this is
It's a
this is
certain
this
amount of
is this is this is
exclusivity.
this is this is where the IQ just doesn't correlate. You have that amount of M's. You can hire someone to fucking check out the damn thing because I'm pretty sure if you stepped in it, I don't care what he said. You step in and see what it actually looks like inside and it's controlled by a controller, you won't have questions. Or I guess a normal person would. Maybe not a
Bro,
dumbass rich bro, but I'm like, come on. Like you
they
could
have
have paid
footage
and
of it.
paid, you could have paid more money to get something better that's stable and had it fucking safety expected. You could have did all this with all the M's you have to experience all the dumb shit you just said. So what are we doing? It's not believable. Like they couldn't be that dumb. They couldn't be. There's no way. Your
Okay, so
ambition
here's
and your greed cannot. Well, actually, no. I lie. You can't be that dumb. It's humans we're talking about. But I gotta believe you got that many zeros to your name. You gotta have a little bit of some gotta have in your noodle. Your noodle. Your noodle
no.
gotta have some
I'm gonna
active
tell
people.
you. I'm gonna tell you where you lost me at. You come to me. Just say I'm sitting on a billy, and you come to me and say, "Listen, I'm trying to make a trip to the Titanic. I can harvest this bacteria that's been eating at this ship for the last 100 years. This could be the cutting edge of medical discovery. Of course, you'd have part of the naming rights, part of the patent. I got a billy. Bet. Let's go. Then you're gonna walk me over to what you, and just me speaking. It's just me. You're gonna walk me over to your ship, and I'll be like, whoa. So we going in this. This what we going.
Yeah, miles deep in the ocean. Yeah,
This what we going.
right.
That's the part because the reasoning doesn't lose me. What we're going in, that me
I just
personally,
that's
that's what
what I
loses.
started with.
So, cause
So like that's what I'm saying. Just like I'm sorry, my nigga sentences are tingling. I can't help that the hair on my
and see,
neck.
you gonna come back. They gonna come and say, no. Check it out. We've already made like because again, this is not new.
I
They've
don't care.
already. This wasn't the first trip. They're gonna come back to me and be like,
Supposedly,
well, no,
allegedly,
we've already made 8 or 9 trips down there.
allegedly.
I'm like, cool. I'm not gonna be number 10 and have some shit go wrong.
All right.
Because then I'm gonna start asking questions. Let me see your safety records. What's the protocol if shit go left? These are the questions I'm gonna ask. That's me
Yeah, because
though.
you're like I said, you're miles deep in the ocean. Like I said, I know everyone is not about what is it, marine biology, whatever. Just I don't know what the scientists say the ocean, but we should know you can't breathe underwater. But that damn deep is towards the bottom of the ocean. The pressure, as you know, the deeper you get, the more pressure it gets.
Crunch.
So it's so it's like, and there's a reason why we can't even go to the deepest parts of the ocean because we don't have like I don't even think the top scientists have stuff that can even reach the bottom yet. That's why we haven't explored the whole ocean yet. And plus, because it's just a lot ocean. But
I
yeah,
mean,
I'm
we know
just
more about space than the ocean, which is a scary thought.
Not really. Like I said, I don't need after the last event. I think the ocean is really saying I'm not playing with y'all no more. Like all jokes aside, animals aren't playing with y'all no more. There's some weird shit popping up on shores, like sharks and orcas doing shit out of the ordinary. Like we, they just was the ocean is tired of this. Like I said, me. I can take a hit. Leave the ocean alone.
All right, so there's a part two to this, but it just there was a crop of people. I don't understand why, and it's a way it to me again. It some of this comes from having a poverty mindset. Of course, you can't picture it because of a certain situation you're in, the value that money has, and I understand that because I'm coming from a point of poverty. But it has never stifled my imagination, and I understand the necessity to explore. I understand the necessity
I
to
know.
push science forward. How do
And
you
look where
not?
that's getting us.
How do
This
you
we're
not?
like I said, there's some in the trailer of Abraham, which I will see next month. It's gonna be great. It's like, yeah, like you're giving humans the ability to destroy themselves. That's what we're kind of doing.
Well, hold on. If you take something and weaponize it from its original cause, which
I'm
is
not
what
just talking about
happened,
that. I'm just saying in general, because like with
like
AI,
nuclear
for
fission,
AI,
nuclear fusion can actually be a great energy source.
it
These
can.
goofy asses weaponized it and blew Hiroshima and Nagasaki off the map. But on its surface, it could be an energy source.
It could be if you get like I forgot the term because the nuclear reactor is clean energy, but of course there's a risk Chernobyl. But there's a way, I don't know if it's complete nuclear fusion or perfect, whatever, where you won't have that problem. It's just unlimited. I think someone's come close to that. I don't know. They haven't figured it out yet. Either way, but I'm not even talking about the nuke stuff. I'm just saying in general, you know, freaking AI. It's great. It helps a lot. Well, it's actually helping a lot of people lose their jobs, but it helps. And then you're going to give it a body. Like I said, you're giving us the tools to destroy ourselves.
Or you're
That's just
giving us
one
the tools to
example.
push humanity forward.
And that's how all those movies started, right? I'm pretty sure, and you just said it. That's how it started with the nukes. It was first, it was clean energy, then they got weaponized. That's just what we do. You know what humans are the greatest at? Destruction, killing. That's what we do. It is. That's a fact. So somebody gonna do something stupid, whether it's out of greed or just whatever, just period, whatever. So no, AI is not smart down the line. It seems smart now, but it's not smart down the line. That's not going to do good for us, especially if you give it a body. But either way, I do. Like I said, we're doing too much to the point now. Like we're setting up to destroy ourselves, man.
I guess,
We
like I
know.
said, there is an argument to be made. The arguments that I've seen by some of it has been just for clicks and likes, and it's not critical thinking. A lot of the memes and all that, it's not critical thinking. Once you take one step further and understand this wasn't just a tourist trip, that there was a scientific research bent into it.
Where did
Because you
you
look at
see
the
that?
CEO,
What is your source?
all you gotta do is look up the CEO who died. Look up the CEO who died, and it will lay out. You can also see on 60 Minutes.
Was that specific trip for research or was that for tourists?
It was both. It was both. And like I said, so how is it both? Why would it be both? That tells me you couldn't get a major pharmaceutical company or
Wait,
a country to fund this.
how they
So
gonna
you
grab it?
went the private way. You went the private way. You started to appealing to those who had. So this is nothing more than Shark Tank on steroids. This is me coming to a venture capitalist saying, hey, I'll give you a seat on this. You give me this money. We get this bacteria. You never know what discoveries can be made from it. This is Shark Tank on steroids,
This is T
essentially.
virus. This is Resident Evil on steroids. But either way, um, it's too many holes that just don't sound right. That
What
just
part
doesn't
doesn't sound
sound
right?
right. That whole thing. Like I
How?
said, you looked at the shit and you really thought that that was going to work. You had
It's
no questions.
already been done. It's
That's
already going
bullshit. You
down.
didn't know that. He scammed you and you died. I can't feel bad for you. Like, I'm sorry, a sucker born every day. Just because you rich don't mean you ain't a sucker. So no. If this actually happened, I'm just gonna pretend that it happened.
Here
If it
we go.
actually happened,
Well,
like
you
yo, like come on, this 2 year olds like you can't be that dumb. You can't be. You have that much M's where you literally could have someone fucking expected yourself, and you are just to make sure the fact check is what he was saying was true. You didn't. You took him by the word, his word, and signed a waiver that said death like 10,000 times. It's like, I'm gonna get in this small ass tube with no windows, controlled by a controller. And then how the hell is you gonna grab a sample? How the hell is he gonna grab a sample at that? It's one
bro, you
window.
sign it. So
It's
here's the
one
thing.
window. I don't know. Just tell me, how is he gonna grab Sam? I want to know that. Did they explain how that happens and that little ass shit?
I had to go back over it.
Did
You sign a waiver when you go into a theme park that says if you die in a roller coaster, you can't sue. So the waiver thing is no big deal. Like I
No,
need
if
y'all
it
to
says death
understand.
all
I
that
need
time
y'all to
and you
understand.
actually look at the shit, because usually it only says it one time. If it says it multiple times, that's not a big red flag. And then if you look at the actual ship or tube, it's not even a sub. It's the fact that it's not even a real submarine. It's just a tube.
It's a submersible.
You worth you if you worth that much money, you can get an actual submarine.
See, now we're talking about I gotta fund the building of a whole nother vessel. Now we're talking more money. It's 250K to sit on the mofo, right? It's 250K just to sit on what's there. If you talking about building another ship, how much money is that going to cost? Testing, because now we got to
You
build it,
pay two
test it
hundred fifty
multiple
thousand
times.
dollars to look at a ship that crashed many millennia ago at the bottom of the ocean. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just not that adventurous. Just
Right, because I'm like, this is venture
because two
capitalism.
250K. Like I said, even over a billion, it's like the risk of 250K to sit in this small ass with one window controlled by a controller that my son probably plays, and I'm just looking at a deserted boat
You're
underwater.
looking at something no human eyes have seen in over 100 years. It is an exclusive experience.
Who the fuck cares? It's a boat that sunk where
And that
many
is
people
not
died.
scientific thinking, old son of mine.
When people, I'm talking about the billionaires. I don't care about the dude that got himself and everybody else killed. If you want to grab and grab the Resident Evil virus, knock yourself out. I'm talking about the billionaires dumb enough to actually pay for it and get in there.
That's my point. It is an exclusive experience. When you do, let me help. When you don't have
Stupid. This man
anyone on any level to tell you no, when you don't have racism,
stupid.
poverty, and anything else to deal with, you literally have money to wipe your ass with if you want to, and someone offers you, you're in an exclusive club, in an exclusive existence, just being that wealthy to begin with. So when someone says, I want another wealthy experience, exclusive experience, of course you jump at the chance. This is hold up. On a very different
You
level, right?
do. Say you. Don't say of course you do. You do. Not everybody. Like,
I
what the
mean,
fuck
what
are
do
we
you think?
talking
What do you
about?
think? I mean, how do y'all miss this? Is so obvious. What do you think a lot of these Holly weird parties are?
That's
Exclusive.
them. Stop putting everyone on whatever you think. That's them. No, if I had billions, I'm not doing that. This is where the critical thinking skills come in. That's why it don't make sense. You're worth that many zeros. You didn't do no due diligence at all. That makes no sense. None. A random dude comes, hey, it goes 250K, but hey, I can get you to see Titanic. Yeah, it's a small tube. It's made a couple trips. Only got one little screen, and I control this controller right here, pimp. But guess what? You're gonna see something that no one else has ever seen. You're gonna be the first.
I mean, y'all don't, and again, y'all don't
Hey, new
understand the
scam coming
nature.
out. That's a new scam, right? Get
Y'all
them.
don't understand the nature of venture capitalism. Yeah, I don't get how this is not obvious. And when you, and I get it, maybe it's such a hard thing to conceive. But when you live a life of that kind of wealth and you are literally beyond just about any rule or law there is no one left to tell you no. I could imagine that being two things: very boring, and of course, you're going to need something to satisfy that urge in your soul to do something different and new. It makes perfect sense. Now, again, me personally, We were good right up until I saw the vessel. That's for me. I'm not going to do it. Then the problem is going to be, well, I'm going to ask, okay, how much is it going to cost to make something that will suit me to feel safe? I need to know that question. And that number's probably going to be through the roof. And it's, oh, damn, man, my bad. Thanks for the opportunity. But now I'm good. That's me. But I understand the thinking behind it. I don't understand how that's not obvious. I get it. I personally wouldn't have gone that far, but I get it. Then there's the other side of this conversation that goes beyond the memes and honestly just the low rank jokes. Um, because again, I think once you understand why this trip was made, it ain't one just billionaires going to see a ship. There was a scientific research piece of it, but beyond that, the cruel. How can you make fun of the loss of life? Blah, blah, blah. Some people were, but
You do it all
the
the
thing I
time.
was, but the thing that we were trying to, I think the thing that a lot of people missed on that was you cannot, at least not to my knowledge, and I pose this to any listener, viewer, or what have you. Please, if I'm wrong, show me. You cannot amass that amount of wealth without it being exploitative at, if not one, a few levels. And this is where no one has sympathy when you are literally the purveyors of the destruction of the world with that amount of wealth.
I've already said that too. Like I said, that's one of my two reasons. Can't feel sorry for a billionaire. Can't feel sorry for somebody that did something stupid that could have been avoided. You did both.
Okay. So what just play with me for a second here because I got a question for you and anyone else out there on that side of the fence, and I get it.
You gotta name some black billionaire. Go ahead, come on.
No, 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 no. What if the bacteria that is on the Titanic
There's
and is
cancer.
eating hold on. Not listening here, give me a second.
I'm good.
What if that bacteria that is on the Titanic been for 100 years has mutated and morphed and that can eat through that steel? What if that bacteria can be harnessed to eat cancer cells? What if the cure for cancer
Say
is
what I
on that ship?
just said. Listen, they are for one, they are advocate for cancer. Two, like no. Next.
Okay. So
Bruh,
we can't
they're
even
making too much money off. They are one. They already have a cure for cancer. We like I
you
said. There's
can't
been too
cure
many.
you
There's
can't
what there's been too many whistleblowers. Like yo, I found, and they just end up dead. Like I'm sorry. Like we not even gonna have this cancer conference. They already have this. I don't give a fuck that. Maybe the bacteria does something else. It cures diabetes. How about that? Let's go that way.
that'd be great. That'd be freaking awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You ain't gonna have no stomach after that. But yeah, you may walk in a zombie. Yeah, you definitely cure because you did. But
So what we're saying is don't take any further risks to further science. Humanity has reached its peak. There's no further point in investigating anything. Is that what we're saying now? Is
we
that
need
what
to
we're
be
saying?
wiped out. That's what I'm saying. If you want the real answer, but yes, because a lot of stuff that we're looking for is already here. I guarantee you. It's just the people that died on that ship, that type of power, and government officials too, who in cahoots with them, don't want certain stuff to happen because we need to keep the system and everything status quo.
Okay.
It's
Um,
money.
real
The
quick,
reason, the
or
reason for a lot of dumb and evil shit happening is out of money. We started owning people doing horrible out of money. We're not finding cures and shit out of money, especially cancer. That's the number one thing I'm pretty sure they make money off besides diabetes. That's
they said the
billions
same
of
thing
dollars.
about HIV and AIDS once, and here we are. Once upon a time, HIV was a death sentence. Now you can be undetectable. You know how much money
Yeah, HIV,
HIV and
not
AIDS
AIDS. If
research,
no, but if you
HIV
catch
and AIDS
AIDS,
research.
you catch AIDS, you die still. There's no cure for actual AIDS. HIV, yeah. But if you get to the stage of AIDS, you still die. There's no cure for that. Magic didn't have AIDS. I hate when people
He
say
had
he had
HIV. No, I know that he
HIV.
had HIV.
Right. So
In
Easy E had AIDS.
91,
He died.
he had HIV in 91, which is essentially a death sentence in 91.
He died from AIDS, not HIV.
Magic didn't die at all. What are you talking about?
I said Easy E.
Okay. All right. I missed you. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about? I know Magic ain't died. He got the cure for that. Like,
Because this is
nah.
like, and then the very nature of cancer, like, it's a cure for cancer. They ain't saying it. Dog, on a very base level, Cancer is your body deciding to fight itself. What do you cure? How do you cure that?
There's
It
tons of
goes back. It,
things
it
in
goes
nature
back
and
as
plants that
far
do
as
things that don't make sense, but they do them.
okay.
And there's, like I said, there's been plenty of whistleblowers that say, "Yo, we have this," and then they end up missing. How
All
is
right.
that a coincidence? Can you explain that, sir?
I will look into it. I have no knowledge of this. I will look into it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bruh, I'm sorry. If I was really in my cabins and cared about money as much as everyone else did, if I was in a position, I wouldn't release secure either. Billions of dollars, or maybe trillions. I don't know, but billions
It's
of
not something.
dollars, man, y'all be
Hmm.
all right. Take that little radiation. I hope you
And
make it.
then
Good
the
luck to you.
then the level of heartlessness it would take to do that. Like
Are
that's the
you?
part.
Are we comparing heartlessness to humans, especially people in power? That's almost, you can't have that amount of wealth and power and not be heartless. It's like I said, most successful people, I guess the joke, I guess in disguise you wear, are most either psychopaths or sociopaths.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, you kind of have to be some that type of power. You can't have a freaking pulse. If you do, you won't maintain it.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, circling back to where I was going here on the other side of it, of why there was apparently, oh my God, you people are so heartless. You have no sympathy. You lost a life. It's not the lack of sympathy for loss of life. This didn't happen in a vacuum. It wasn't, damn, a couple people won this, made that. You cannot ignore, because now we get into the other conversation, which the loss of life crowd misses. I get it. Loss of life is horrible. The fact that you have a father and son is horrible. But this didn't happen in a vacuum. And we cannot ignore the fact that the people on this boat are partially responsible for loss of life. And the only thing is, unless we start really digging, we don't know on what scale. But it ain't just one. Because you simply, and again, to any listener or viewer, please correct me when I'm wrong. You don't amass the amount of wealth to be a billionaire without some sort of resource hoarding, exploitation, or both. It is impossible. Every billionaire you name, you go through how they got it, you're gonna find some exploitation of people. And that is the part where it's like, how can I feel bad when you are the literal physical representation of every reason why every ill is still perpetuated? All the things that are broken in humanity, you're the physical manifestation of.
Yeah, like I said, what you say a long time ago? Billionaires are failures of humanity.
Thank you. Shout out to Congress Day AOC. Yeah, billionaires are a failure of humanity. Every
It's
one of them.
true. That's why we don't feel bad.
On a side note, with black people especially. So is it eat the rich or no? Because we granted Riri a lot of grace. We were happy. First one, Oprah, Riri, black one billionaire. Cool. Riri has recently handed over the reins of CEO to her company to a white woman. Is it eat
He
the now?
loved it.
She's still the executive of the board. Don't get it twisted. She still is like the big cheese, but right now the brand is she handing reins over to a white woman. A lot
I
of
know
folks
it's a
feel
white woman.
kind of feel a kind of way about that. Overall, we go back to where we started. Is it eat the rich or no? Or is it
For
only
me,
eat the white
yes.
rich?
See, for me, it was. I didn't really care about. I mean, obviously, the white rich are a majority, but and we're still a minority. Even in that, even though we have some, which I know you like to tip your hat on, say, "Oh, you like to name a few." Okay, great. It's not moving the needle for us. It's actually making it worse because everyone that looks like us is going to try their hardest to achieve that shit, which will keep this system going. So this all has to fall. We all have to have not a all for one, but a one for all. Like I said, a lot of people, like I said, I've seen parenting styles or whatever. I think that Dr. Umar was talking about because he says a lot of wild shit I don't agree with. But sometimes a broke clock is right twice a day, and he was
Hey,
right this time. They said like, "Yo, you see all the single mothers, blah blah blah." as a community neighborhood, like all the other men that are there should play a part in helping her. Say, oh, she made that decision. I ain't got help. Bro, it takes a village to raise your kids, does it not? Where'd that term come from? Because it's
Bingo.
all about community. You see someone in your community falling or not doing
Supposed to be
right, you supposed to help. I don't
right.
care if she's giving you something in return or not.
Right. And when you understand a very recent history, look, on a real base level, you don't have to go into deep detail. Two things happen. One, there was definitely concerted effort to again prevent the Black Messiah, according to the FBI. And then two, there was also concerted effort to what? Break up the black family, aka the village. How you doing, Ronald Reagan? And dumping crack in the hood, cheap drugs in the hood. So with that said, yeah, if there's a concerted effort to break these things up, we understand why. There's a reason. And like you just said, we all should be part of the damn village. But here we
Why
are.
not? Is individualism to a default.
Mm,
And we, like I said, I don't mind it to a certain extent, but it's so bad now. It's just me. I gotta have more than you, and then you make fun and belittle someone who has less than you, but
mm,
then strive and fantasize over someone who has more than you. It's not a way of life.
no.
That's why I say we gotta get rid of all the billing. I don't care black, white, purple. I don't give a fuck. Get rid of all of this, please.
Speaking of the village, shifting and well, before I do shift gears, anything else on the submersible? Yeah, anything else on that?
No, like I said, I didn't care then, still don't care now.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we again, I
Real or
challenge you to.
not real? I really don't care. Like this could it's the two things where like I said I will always stand on. I will never change. I will not care about billionaires. I damn sure will not care about things that could have been avoided. This could have been avoided.
Like I said, I don't think I'm not disputing you. I just think that's not the only question to be asked here. I think there are times where, and I won't go with the distraction piece. I think there are times when certain things happen that challenge you to ask a deeper question. And my problem is a lot of people aren't asking the deeper question. Obviously, this could have been avoided. You know, that's a gimme. But what's the bigger question here? Is there a deeper question here to be asked? I think there was, and I think sadly a lot of people missed it. And then I think a lot more people missed it because they're too busy being in their feelings.
What's the question?
The questions we just posed. The question of okay, there's two sides of it. There's on a micro level. Wow, like you said, this could have been avoided. This is still tragic. Don't the loss of life, even unnecessarily, that's still tragic. But this also didn't occur in a vacuum. And if I got one side here saying, you know what, F y'all, and I got another side here saying, y'all insensitive, well, where's the what are we looking at here?
I just
What
want
are
the
we really
truth.
looking at?
I just want the truth. I don't really care about either
And
side.
even and based on the facts that we have, what we know
But
to be
how do
true.
we know it's fast? Because that's and that maybe it's just my distrust in everything that especially media is like I can't trust a goddamn thing they say because like I said,
Well,
there's a lot of people that trust this happened the last couple of years and it's all been lies. And there's a lot of stuff that's
well,
happened in the past that's all been lies. That's came out to be lies. I'm
well,
like,
what's the
what? Like I said, I'm just trying to say, what is the angle here?
well? I challenge you for that because for people say
I
this
don't
ain't
know.
true.
I didn't say I said it's distraction, but I didn't you never heard me
Okay,
give a specific reason.
so
I said
number
I
one,
don't know what it is.
so number one thing is I always taught you is what? If something looks a little fishy, follow the money. We follow the money. There's no money to be followed here. It's in the bottom of the damn. It's in the bottom of the damn whatever the ocean is next to the Titanic at this point. There's a
Because we're
money
paying
trail to
attention to
follow.
that money. They ain't the only billionaires. They ain't the only one that got money. There's
I'm
money
aware.
everywhere else. Like I said, I know there's stuff going on in Russia. There's a whole coup going on too that no one's really talking about. But like, and Putin might be in trouble. But like I said, there's other stuff happening in the world that I don't necessarily know because we're all focused on one thing. That is my problem.
And
That
my
just
challenge to that is always it ain't even got to be. Listen, listen. Here's the sad reality of the people, right? The sad reality of the people. One, folks like you and I are in the minority. Two, because people don't question much of shit, there could be a video released tomorrow of me and you walking into the White House and blasting old boy, and everyone will believe it because they saw it on CNN. The whole should be AI. We'll get grabbed up by federal agents
kind of prove
in
my
flak
point.
jackets.
Prove my point.
That's what I'm saying. No, no, no. Here's what I'm saying. there's not there's no there doesn't have to be a concerted effort to
That's a
create a quote
deception.
unquote
You you
distraction.
you
People
just
believe
created
one for
one.
another.
You just created one. You can't say that. You just created one.
Okay, I think we're seeing the same thing two different ways, but I got you. Because I'm saying you don't. There's no there doesn't be no big effort to create a distraction. Motherfuckers, most cats ain't paying attention no way. The stuff that's right in front of our faces, cats ain't doing it about. I ain't gotta distract y'all from nothing.
What's the biggest distraction? What's the easiest place to ask them? Right in front of you. So if I get you painted, like I think society as whole is a whole distraction. But
Bruh.
that's a whole
But
nother
the,
topic.
okay, because I'm like, ain't nobody had to distract us from watching them pretty much roll back women's rights. That happened right in front of our faces. What no distraction from
No,
that.
that wasn't a stretch. I didn't see. That's the thing that everyone goes to the extreme on both sides. Like everything ain't.
No,
There is nuance and there is certain things that is and there are certain things that's not. It's right in your face. Yeah, the woman right thing that's right in your face. That wasn't distraction. Distraction might have been leading up to it. You didn't know it was coming until it happened. But once it happened, everyone knew.
mm, like it's like gerrymandering in politics. They trying to redraw voting lines. They know they don't need to distract. They're doing it right in front of our faces. We gotta distract you from some secret voting. It's happening, and we're not doing shit about it. That's what I'm like. There's in broad daylight shit happen, and we do shit about that. So there's no need to fake 4 billionaires or
Because
3 billionaires in the sub. This shit is right in front of our faces. We don't do that about it.
some is and some because there is hold on. A lot of people probably don't even know about the redraw and all what you just said because we're focused on this.
Mm, okay.
You see my point? I didn't know about it until I just mysteriously popped up on it.
Okay.
That you
Because
probably didn't know until I sent it to you. So
I
there you
mean,
go.
here, hold on. Here's the thing, and it goes back to you and I being in a minority. If it does not deal with the dismantling of white supremacy, the bringing together of black men and women, or the destruction of law enforcement, which is part of Article One I just mentioned, I don't really feed it. But I understand most people don't have that baseline. But that's also why I say there's no need to distract because most people's baseline is, oh, look at that. It's the dog from Up. Squirrel.
It,
So it's like there's no need to put together some grand scheme to distract us
it doesn't
when
have
all
to
you
be
got
a
to
grand screen. Like I said, just put a shiny object over there. Everyone will pay attention to it.
squirrel.
Yeah, you proving my point. That's what they're doing. I didn't say is the Breaking Bad type mastermind type stuff. You probably never seen it. You probably don't know. But like, yo, this dangle something over here, dangle a Twinkie over there, and I swear everyone gonna run to it. Yeah, that's a fact. That's America fact show too. So, but no, it's crazy.
All right. So the next thing up, and this was interesting because I had to, you know me, I try to put myself in a situation and say, well, what would I do in that situation? I really don't have a context because a lot of the pieces matter. Um, Video circulating in Chicago. A mom was brutally assaulted by some guy in a restaurant, and what happens next is her son has a blicky on him, has a gun on him, claps him in the back, walks outside, claps in the back again, and kills him. Initially, the mom and the son were both charged with first degree murder. As of today, June 27th, all charges have been dropped. In response to that, which I found very interesting, the mom has filed a wrongful suit against Chicago PD, so on and so forth. I this there's a lot of pieces of this puzzle that were rather upsetting for a lot of reasons. So I said, all right, let me start from the top. If I am, and there's videotape, it is brutal. Like this dude really hit this one like a Mike Tyson 2 piece.
Nah,
Like
this was Ray
it
Rice
was,
worse.
it was brutal. It was brutal. And 14-year-old has a gun on him. Now from what I understand when I read, she does have a carry and conceal license. So problem is the gun was a 14-year-old,
Right. I don't think
but
he do.
yeah, you can't, not a 14. But he blasted her. I mean, he blasted him, And that was that. So problem point A, I'm gonna say this right off top, might piss some people off. This is where the memes actually work. Sorry, be mad. And I don't care if you're mad. Your man went in for a two-piece and came out with some wings.
I ain't never heard that's a good one.
Your man went in for a two-piece, counted some wings. Thought about his grandmama, got the meter short time later. So that was that.
That's undefeated,
And,
man.
and it goes back to when are y'all gonna learn to leave black women the fuck alone? I don't know how many times and ways, you know, picking on Lizzo used to be a thing. Last few motherfuckers picking on Lizzo had some bad shit happen to them. Just leave black women alone. When I watched the video, other thing that was disturbing, you see this dude hook off on her, like for real, and immediately everybody in the store left. So when you hear black women say we feel unprotected, when you heard Malcolm say years ago, the black woman is most unprotected, this is exactly what the hell he was talking about. I mean, this dude, it wasn't no little no, he swung off like it was fucking MMA. Like he was fucking Conor McGregor or some shit.
Was there any
And
men
I'm
in
like, yeah, yeah.
there? Then they cowards.
Right, I'm gonna say that first. The other thing, unpopular opinion, be mad at me. All this is avoided if you'd kept it at words.
Yeah.
All this is
I've
avoided if you kept it at words. If you did,
been saying, yeah, because if the son were to blast off because you was arguing with your mom, then they in fault.
right.
But to
But
say
all
keep
this,
yeah, go ahead.
like I'm just so the only position I can put myself in is that of the son. And I'm like, if I see this motherfucker like going to town on my mom, like not a smack at it, no, like legit. I'm not. And I got the blicky on me. I'm not taking the chance of me sitting here watching my mom get beat to death by this fucking animal. Um, Now where it gets dicey is where you he walks outside and you finish him off. But again, unpopular opinion. This don't happen if you keep your hands to yourself, Chief.
After round find out, man. That's what happened.
This is the literal definition of you fucked around and found out. This is the higher your chances, the higher you fuck around, the higher your chance to find out. And old boy found out. And this just to me lays bare the just the complexities that we have in black community, the complexities we have when it comes to misogyny and patriarchy, the entitlement of it all, the sadness of black women still being unprotected, because the questions, and it's sad we got to ask this question. Then it's not just the obvious, because what we do when shit happens to black folks and there's any kind of wiggle room, we say, okay, if all parties involved were white, would this happen? And not even that. Reality is, I got to stretch this further. If these parties were anything other than black, would someone have stepped in? Because I don't think we gonna watch some white dude just beating chest some white woman and everybody standing around. You're gonna get, hey pal, hey, that's enough, buddy. No one's gonna just be standing around watching this shit.
I mean, I don't know about that. Maybe I don't know, because this is the era, unfortunately, where a lot of people just record stuff, even when messed up stuff's happening. Is people there? As if I've seen many examples of things happening to women or somebody, and there's people around, and instead of helping, they're just recording. This is just
and
how
then
this era is.
and then there's the offshoot to that. You're right. The offshoot to that. The sad reality of it is, I can't think of any other ethnicity or race that has an entire fucking channel dedicated to their own ignorance, such as the Shade Room and shit like that. You're right. Do the record. But I can't think of what outlet I can go to see this level of ignorance committed by primarily one group of people.
You know,
But yeah, You're right. That's another offshoot question to deal with. So it goes back to what we talked about with old boy Tyler Perry. Hopefully we see, you know, some good things in the fact that you bought these two TV networks. Although I still got an eyebrow raised about how the hell all y'all letting this Cop City bullshit happen in Atlanta. But but this
Give me
this
the
is all right. So let me run down the points of the question. Um, was the mom right or wrong for what appears to be asking her son to get the blicky or go to the car or what have you? Is there details to this? I don't know. I don't know, and that kind of helps me shape the answer to that question because I'm like, when did that occur? Because I'm like, if you told him to go get the blicky or whatever right off top, that raises a question. Why would you involve your son in that? But on the surface, no, because as we saw when shit popped off, everybody walked out. It should not be a case where the only person to defend you, the person you gave birth to. All you in that store should be fucking embarrassed right now. Now, was he right to go quote unquote finish him off?
probably not. But
Okay, there's the legal answer, and then there's my answer.
I haven't gave my answer on this yet. I'm waiting
Right,
on you to finish.
I'm gonna throw the lob to you in a moment. The legal answer is no. That is absolutely the shot to the first shot to stop the conflict, to resolve, to neutralize the situation. To me, justified. The shots to go and finish dude off, legally that's off, but hood wise, this falls under fuck around and find out, dog. Like it's just yeah, it's fuck around and find out, and I'm like, you shouldn't have put your hand. You got street justice for deciding you want to beat on a black woman. I, but was he right for it legally? No. Legality aside, hood rules. You don't get to decide how far someone can take it when you set the shit off. When you initiate the disrespect, you don't get to dictate my response. When you come at me and mine in a threatening manner, you don't get to decide how I respond. You threw hands. I emptied the clip. Shit happens. This ain't a boxing match. We not the same weight, same. Yo, why you laughing, B? Why, why, why are you laughing, B?
Because you just described it so you saying a boxing match. You threw hands, I threw bullets. All right.
I'm just saying, if you in the hood, you know it's certain hood rules. Like, yo, you beat my man's ass. Cool. I came back with 5 dudes and we all jumped you. This is not fair.
I mean, that's suckish. Bad part.
No, really. Like, yo,
Jumping somebody, that's always been some suckers. But go
yes,
ahead.
depends on the situation. If my little brother is a ninth grader and you a junior or a senior, you beat my brother ass. Okay, cool. You a senior beating on my freshman brother. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm coming back hard. I'm gonna send you a nice little message. This is hood rules,
You do it
dog.
yourself.
Nah, nah, that ain't good enough.
Because you don't want to annoy him.
As as the great poet Nas once said, that's the way you get Timberland up. That's the way you get Timberland up. Nah, I gotta send you a message. So in this instance, you threw hands, your man's emptied the clip. You knew the job was dangerous before you took it. You fucked around and found out. So was it right, quote unquote, for him to do that? I mean, and you know how it is with black moms. Like you put your hands on my moms, this that's gonna come with a high cost, dog. So be very clear. I am not condoning murder. I'm just saying I'm looking at the facts as they are. And when it comes down to, well, one, I'm shot charges dropped, honestly.
I am too.
That is murder one, dog. Like the first shot, all right, cool. But by definition, at least how I understood it is murder one is you had time to think about it. It was premeditated and intentional. I don't know, B. If you clap somebody in the back and then go finish them off, that looks intentional as fuck to me. But
And then
I'm not
also
the
supposedly the mom said shoot the witnesses.
right. No, he said shoot old boy's girlfriend. I'm not the Cook County DA.
So I'm like, whoa, now we going a little. That just seems like okay. We
This is the water Lupe little weapon. Like, what is going on?
got a little soldier, man. Like,
Right.
is the kid all right? Like, all jokes aside, like, is the kid good?
He
You
happy
just
to
caught
get
a
home.
body at 14.
Yo, and then again, the internet, they just waste no time. It's like, yo, if I beat a
Drop
murder
the
charge at
track.
14, I'll be in the studio the next day. Like, yo, really? And this is what's wrong with our culture, right there. This is what's wrong with our culture.
But it was
Thank God he
funny.
is not a rapper.
But it's
Thank
messed
God
up
he is not.
because
It's
he
funny
do be
because
traumatized.
it's funny because sadly we know it can be true. We know it's possible.
Oh, we know that
But
actually does happen. But yeah.
yeah, but lob off the glass to you, sir. So let's start from the top. Was the mom's wrong? Was the son wrong? What you got?
Okay, like the last part we just said, if the mom said, shoot the girlfriend or people that was there too, then she wrong for that. Um, but other than that, like I said, I need to know. Like I said, when she said get the good, did she? Like I said, I only seen the video when they were started. I guess started arguing, and then you just start wailing on. So I don't know what was said to lead up to that point, and I'm not justifying that it lead. It shouldn't mean that he put hands on it. I'm not. I just want to know the full story. Because it's like, did she say get the gun before the argument happened and before he started getting her ass whooped, or did she say get it while she was getting her ass whooped to get the gun, or after? I don't know. If it was before, I'm a little eyebrow raised. But if it was during or after, I'm not okay.
But even if it was before, like, and again, I don't know if these two had history or what. I don't know if he's
It looked like
seen.
it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever seen his mom get beat on. We don't know.
That's
And that could have been a trigger as well. We don't know. And again, my thing is, the biggest thing is, yo, how did you get no charges? Not even manslaughter, no charges,
I'm mad at it.
none.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna lie to
How do
you.
you not? The Cook County is like, we can't prove murder. You can't.
You clearly can't. That sounded like murder to me.
Really?
Like it's even the stand your ground law or whatever, even if it's there, is if the person flees after you shoot, if you pursue them, that's murder. It's not no
Mm-hmm.
longer self-defense. You murder. So
Mm-hmm.
the second he went to finish, double tap zombie land style, it's like I mean, I think I don't know. We gonna let that ride? He's safe.
Clearly so. So
Hey,
let this. So I put all of this in a box, and I say, let this be a lesson to you bum ass dudes.
I haven't gave my answer yet. No, you know.
Black women alone. But I'm sorry. Continue. Where, if anywhere, does your level of fault lie?
None. That was besides the first word, none. I will tell you right now. If I was in that position, I'm doing the same thing, except I'm probably emptying the whole clip. If that was my
It ain't
mom,
gonna be
I,
three shots. It ain't gonna be three shots, bro.
I promise you, I will take that charge with a smile on my face. I'm emptying the whole clip. If someone is wailing on my mom in front of me like that, I promise you I'm emptying the whole clip. That might
Man,
still happen now.
let me help. Let me help. Not only am I emptying the clip, I am throwing a gun at your head, and when the cops get there, I will still be stomping on your corpse.
Pretty much. Yes. All the
But
above.
let me help you.
I'm going in the back of that restaurant, get a knife, and we getting poked up. I'm playing tic tac toe on your skin. Like,
Right.
ain't no way. Like, no. So
Like
yeah,
I'm backing the car up on your head, B. Like, yeah,
like
it's not
yeah,
gonna be
that yeah,
funny.
yeah. Black sons and their moms. Yeah, that is the easiest way to get killed for no reason.
That's
It
because
might just be in general, like colored people in general. You sons and moms. I don't think you mess with that.
like, nah, that's it. That's the way you get Timberland up.
You
Like,
should, you should. So that's why I said I have no problem with that. Like I said, I would have did the same thing. Probably worse, actually worse. I ain't probably. I would have did worse.
yeah,
So,
man.
but yeah, to finish them off, like to shoot the girlfriend part, I'm not doing all that. And all like, okay, now we're going too far. I proved my point. I got the main target. I'm not. I understand the whole no witness thing, but goddamn, you try to take that to a whole nother level. But
No face, no case, huh? Okay.
that's why I'm like, I'm shocked if all that was true that they got nothing.
Nothing.
Mostly the mom. I don't really blame the child because he's a child. He's just following
Stage
orders.
14. Right.
Like I said, I wouldn't charge the child at all. If anything, you need to charge him into some type of psychiatric whatever, making sure he's straight.
But
I
then the
understand.
student city,
Keep him
like
away
you
from the
sure?
studio. We don't want to hear that. There's too many trash ass rappers anyway. But yeah, we gotta talk about him. Oh my god, I can't stand him.
Okay. Please keep him away from Chief Keef. Do not let this man anywhere around Chief
Anyway,
Keef.
New York drill rap, no nowhere, no none of these rappers. But not even 50. But yeah, I have no problem with it. I would do the same thing. I'm just shocked that no one got charged at all.
So
Mostly
that
the
is
mom. But I have no problem.
one of those rare instances where the law protected a black woman.
Wow. Ain't that a
Right.
verse? I've seen it all this year. Cartel apologizing, black women getting protected. What the fuck is going on?
Wow.
No, the COVID, yo, my lifetime, I've seen stuff I never thought in a million years would happen, man.
And I'm waiting for you know what? I'm gonna give it 48 hours. I'm waiting for the ashes to come out. I'm waiting for the ashes. See, black man can't get no protection because if she would have shot him, he would have shot her. It'd have been. I'm waiting for the ashes. I know
Put
it's
your hands
coming. I wish
together.
I was wrong.
But keep your hands to yourself.
I wish I was wrong, but I know the ashy think pieces are coming.
It's
You know, he
already
don't want.
came. Like I
I haven't
said,
seen anything yet. I'm hoping. I'm. What is it? Today's Tuesday. I'm gonna wait till the end of the week. I'm gonna get till Friday, but I'm hoping that the ashy think pieces aren't coming.
there
You
isn't
know,
going to be because the Ashes are still men. And then if that was their mom, they're going to do the same thing.
you hope. That's why they ashy. You
Like I,
hope.
like I said, I'm more mad at the men that were there that weren't doing the beat and did nothing. You just stood there.
Yeah, that was some sucker shit. Yeah, that was some
But
straight
then
up
again,
sucker
I
shit.
almost can't blame you because the law will not protect you if you did something. And there's plenty of
I
stories
mean,
of people doing it.
you ain't gotta blast them,
No, I'm
but
saying even if you put that's still assault. Because like I said, self-defense doesn't help you defending someone else. It applies to yourself. Because I've seen a video a while ago of this dude. He was a white man. And this dude, I don't know if you saw it. I think he was in McDonald's or something. And some other dude had a daughter or a son or some kid, and he was beating it like in front of everybody. No one doing it. So he pulled in, stopped, clocked him. He got arrested. The dude pressed charges. And he went to jail for like 5, 10 years
oh no,
defending the child. That's why I said the law technically doesn't defend you for defending other people.
yeah, but that's just one of those. As black men, you
I
gotta
got
take
it,
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I know,
but
I know. Talking to
but
you,
your
I know
life
you.
will be ruined just for some street justice. It's a tough toll. The law is not on your side
Okay,
ever.
I got you. I got you. Speaking of law, not on sides. Now, this actually turned out to be more clickbait. I think we covered a few weeks ago the woman in Florida who pretty much executed her sister. What's her name? Susan Lawrence. She's the one who shot through the door and executed her sister right in front of her damn child. She was taken in as AJ Owens that was executed. Second degree murder charge, and the DA has decided to drop the murder charge. Um, and I quote, as deplorable as defendant's actions were in this case, there is insufficient evidence to prove this specific and required element of second degree murder. So they have a first degree felony manslaughter, which means she's still facing the 30 years. I think there's more of a headline. I think there's more clickbait because it's not like she's walking. She won't get it. You're like, oh, okay. You know, it's like saying instead of getting 5 years, you're getting 60 months. Like don't cheer. Like a first degree felony manslaughter charge is still carrying up 30. So this is more, I think, clickbaity. There's nearly nothing to see here.
It's not manslaughter. It's murder.
It is.
I think, like I said,
Listen, I don't care if you call it. No, I almost slipped up and said something really really bad. was just so really bad. I don't care. Okay, here's a better way. I don't care if you call it corporal punishment or ass whooping. The result is the same. Hey, so I don't care if you call it corporal punishment or ass whooping. The result is the same.
You
I
was
don't
gonna
care if
say
you call it murder
I think I know
or
what you was gonna say.
manslaughter. I don't care if you call
I think I know what you was gonna say.
it off air, off air,
I
off air.
just thought about it. Your favorite word that you stopped saying. Thank goodness. It happens in prisons if I think what I think you're talking about. Well, go ahead.
I know. I don't care if you call it an asshole and corporal punishment. The result is the same. I don't care if it's a murder charge or manslaughter, felony manslaughter. If 30 years, 30 years, B.
Is that minimum or max?
Max.
See what you get.
All
How
right,
old is she?
max.
50?
58.
Oh, she get 30. That's your life. All right, cool.
I mean, you get 10. That's your life. She ain't gonna. You get 10. That's your life.
I mean,
She 50.
you're
She
60.
58.
You're
She
60.
58. If you see, you look. No, no, no. See, you looking at it from the standpoint of okay, and I get it. How old you gonna be when you get out? I'm looking from the standpoint of you ain't got it to survive 10 years in state penitentiary. That's what I'm looking at. You ain't got any. You 58 ain't never did a day, ain't never had no problems, and now you sitting in a state penitentiary for felony manslaughter. Uh, over under her getting through 10 years, even 10 years. Like
She's
Cassie got
gonna
to like
die.
prison
She's
is
gonna die.
Cassie got to like prison. No, she just gonna wish she was. Prison ain't no fun. Like you're not going to summer camp.
Then, okay, then she's still gonna be out. She might be effed up, but she's still gonna be out at 68. If you're saying she ain't gonna die,
I'm again being in prison. You gonna wish you were, but I'm like you ain't
alive.
built for that. You ain't built for that. That little
Nobody
cloak
is.
of exactly. That's like you only got only 5 years. Oh, you know what the top 5 years in the state pen is? Like
I'm
you know
good.
what 5 days in the state pen is?
I'm good.
You in the state pen, homie. You in there with cats doing life, double, triple homicide.
And they got nothing to
Like,
lose. They
you
ain't
ain't built
going.
for that. You ain't built for that. So yeah, you 58, you get 5 years. They look up in arms, but I'm like, y'all thinking about quality of life. This ain't minimum security. This ain't a little cupcake, the little cupcake place that Martha Stewart went to. This is state pen, B. It's a wrap.
Whoever against the strip.
I'm just saying. So yeah, I think this is more clickbaity. Like mentioned, she not getting a murder charge. Almost wanted to phrase like she was gonna walk. No, she's not gonna walk.
Okay,
She's still
that's good.
facing 30. Yeah, you're still facing 30. I think this is clickbaity. But
See what she actually gets.
yeah, like I said, even if it's still a wrap. But I don't think you'll get 5. But
No, no. If she gets 5 and behind, we'll go ahead.
and then the other thing I came across, I found this interesting. Just, I follow some interesting pages online, just black pages and things like that. And I'm like, came across this one story, and I was like, huh? I was like, wow, that's tragic. Pata Seca, Pata, last name Secca. Pata Seca, aka Roque Jose Florencio. He was an enslaved person in the 19th century, about 7 foot tall, and he fathered over 200 children. I had no idea this person existed until I was a day years old. Born 1828, Sao Paulo, Brazil, captured and enslaved. And I'm just, wow. He was like basically, you know, Shaq for a point of reference. Just 7 foot tall, super muscular. Um, and he often rebelled against oppressors and tried to escape several times, tried to help other people escape, and things of that nature. But as Pata Seca, his nickname is Dryfoot in Portuguese. But the thing that got me is like, wow. So you literally, and based on written between 200 and 249 children. So they literally use this man as a breeder. And I'm trying to think, like, the words are actually escaping me because I'm like, okay, you think a modern day clown, community peen, Nick Cannon, right? Who's trying to break the record, trying to just have as many kids as possible for whatever reason, right? That like, you got 10 kids, that's a lot.
I think 11 now. All right.
But this is by willing participants at your own will. I cannot imagine being really pretty much used as a breeding tool. Like, so when I hear white people in particular say, "Oh, get over it," like this is a horrible part of slavery.
There's way worse stuff that happened than that. But okay. Like,
I think you kind of spoke from a position of male privilege there, but I get you because I'm like, from the other end of that seesaw, the notion of being repeatedly raped just to have a kid that's going to be snatched from you.
yeah,
Yeah,
that,
they
that
ain't
that that just that's part of the way worse stuff.
okay. I misunderstood your context. Okay,
There's
you're right.
way worse stuff that happened that no one talks about. Even with that, there's a whole slew of horrible things that I learned recently, and I'm not surprised. You know what else we do stuff like that? We had breeders and stuff, animals. You know what they thought of us? Animals, and probably still do. So like, if they think we're property and we're animals and we're lesser than a dog, what do you think
Mhm.
happens?
Right. Now, he led a revolt of escaped slaves who took refuge in a Colombo in the region of Pernambuco. His wife, Palmyra, a strong, courageous woman who fought by his side for freedom. And like you read that part of it, and it's like, oh, I get why there's a concerted effort to keep black men and women apart because good and damn well united.
Duh. Why do you think we
Yeah.
have these divisions now?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I said I'm not on anyone's side, the quote unquote ashies, and I'm not on the pro feminist side. I'm like, bro, we both doing dumb shit. Like, do you not see this? This is by design.
Right.
The Matrix is beautiful. That's why I just go by case basis. I'm like, bro, cut this shit, both of us.
There
Male,
were
female, black male and black female. Bro, let's go.
there were sat and stared at,
Stronger together.
marveled at its beauty. Sorry, had an Agent Smith moment.
But yeah, like I said, that's why I don't pay attention to other podcasts and all these other like relation. It's just stupid, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, to me, once your baseline is different, you can see. Once you have a certain baseline, you can really quickly identify who doesn't. And it's like when your baseline is bullshit, I can see it a mile away. But this one kind of stood out to me because again, I never heard this individual until today, and I'm just thinking to myself, that is horrible.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
I'm sure
And
he wasn't the only one.
as not saying it's a quote unquote happy ending, but the fact that they successfully led a slave revolt and got free, that's the only upside here.
Yeah, it
But
probably else
to
be Will Chamberlain.
but to
That's a double entendre.
mindlessly, soullessly, hilarious, to mindlessly, soullessly be used as nothing more than a breeding tool, to have no connection to these people, like the mind fuck. And as you said, that's just part of the atrocity. And I'm like, how do you? Again, this is Brazil, but it's still all part of transatlantic. So I'm like, how do you see things like this as a white person and be like, oh no, there's no compensation in order.
Critical
Yes,
mistake.
I'm circling it back to reparations again. Between 200 and 249 children. Right? How many of them were sold off?
All of them.
Uh, you know, I'm just like, but you think there's no compensation in order.
No. Critical race theory. We don't want the white children to feel bad. We already talked about this. Because if they hear this story, they're gonna feel real bad. And as you said, as a parent, I can't have that. So we shouldn't be telling these stories.
Really? Really? Using reverse card, sir?
Oh
You using
no!
reverse card, sir?
This is why you can't mess with me, man. We keep receipts over here. You shouldn't have said that. You should have just run with me.
Okay.
Had to do it.
Right. But okay. Um, but yeah, that was crazy. So last thing on the agenda, you saw the Flash. I haven't yet. I have a reason why I think it's tanking based on the stuff I read. Um,
A
but then
lot.
again, the reasons I see it's taking, I'm like two key reasons. I'm hearing somehow, some way, the CGI wasn't good, at least on the
It
suits.
was.
And then the big reason I think it's tanking is because it's connected to nothing. And I'm like,
That's part of it,
it's
no
just,
doubt.
it's the same reason with Shazam. Like, you want to go see Shazam, but then you realize, oh, it's not because at least Black Adam tanked because it didn't do any Chinese numbers. It wasn't in China. Black Adam tanked because of that.
It was still a
Shazam
mid
tanked.
movie. Either way,
I think, yeah,
it was mid.
okay.
It was mid. It wasn't Man of Steel, so it was
Now
mid.
you raise an interesting question though. Was it? You know what? I'm gonna have to watch
It
both of
was,
those back to back and get back to
what?
you.
Okay, no, come on. Man of Steel
No,
is
seriously. Don't be
arguably
a
their
prisoner.
best movie.
Don't be a prisoner in the moment. Man of Steel was good, but it was Superman. Black Adam was a completely different hero's origin story. So, you know what? I gotta watch them back to back.
But
You
do they
could be
have
right.
similar powers besides the
I'm
electric?
not saying you're not right. I'm saying I gotta watch them back to back to confirm it. I
You
haven't seen
don't.
Man of Steel in ages.
You don't even have
But
to. You know in your heart, you're just being stubborn.
I'm not okay. But I'm not. But Shazam. But I think it's tanking for the same reasons. It's connected to nothing. Like, wow, it's a great movie to set up nothing. Like nothing. We know there's nothing connected to it. It's a great standalone movie. Pretty much
So
they're
was Joker.
doing with. I'm sorry.
So was Joker at that time. It was
Well,
connected to nothing. It was down, and it did marvelous. You want to know why? 'Cause it was a great movie.
yeah, Joker was a standalone all by itself. This is all supposed to be James Gunn's DCEU, but we know this is not connected to whatever James Gunn's got coming next. So it's like, why bother? I'll wait till it gets a, I'll
If it
wait till
was
I can
good.
stream it.
No, I mean, like I said, I think it was a combination. From actually, it's a combination of a lot of stuff. One, probably the actor, because nobody rocks with him. He probably shouldn't even
Yeah.
still got the job. Nice, good job, White Brooks. Two, CGI, like you said, was bad. It was. It wasn't good. Fight scenes were not good either. Um,
Wow. Like
and
I've heard the only good thing was Keaton being back.
and then three, I don't think it's because it's connected enough. I think people are just tired of the multiverse. It's just it's only like I said, I think we talk about here. Like I'm me personally, I'm tired of this multiverse. If it's not Spider-Man doing it, I don't want to see it. I'm tired of it. It's boring. It's not a good story. You're relying on um nostalgia in the what's the word I'm saying? It's still my tongue. Nostalgia and when what is the people when people pop up? What is
Yeah,
that word?
cameos.
Cameos. There you go. You relied on cameos to carry the movie, and that's exactly what you did in this one. You relied on the other Batmans and the other well, spoiler. Actually, you don't care. You don't even need to see this movie. Either way, you rely on the cameos of all the other Supermen before and some made up ones. You rely on the other Batmans. You had Keaton, and then at the end of the cutscene, spoiler alert, you had Clooney. So it's like, dude,
I mean, and allegedly, and I'm like, oh, that was cold as shit. Allegedly, they asked Christian Bale to make a cameo. He was like, nah, I'm good.
I thought
I'm
he was
like,
going to be in.
yeah. I'm
I'm
like,
glad he wouldn't.
come on, dog. It would have been dope, but all
No, it
right.
wouldn't. He probably read the script, and like, put my name on this. I'm Christian Bale. I'm not going to mess up my Dark Knight trilogy by being in this shit. Hell no.
Wow. Okay.
But it
So,
was below mid actually. It wasn't even
so
mid.
what was your rating again? You said
I,
2.75.
I don't remember. Was it three? I think I was
No,
being gracious. Gave it
you didn't do
three
three.
something. I think a three.
I think you said 2.75. I was like, God, like really?
2.753. Yep, that's about right. It was just a bad
Didn't
combination
didn't
of
expect that at
everything.
all. Wow. Okay, so wait for streaming, boys and girls. Wait for streaming.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'll run it back recap. I'm gonna wait to talk more NBA because we're waiting to see. But Victor is in San Antonio. No shot there. That's gonna be crazy. But billionaire sub. On its face, the loss of life is never funny, but it didn't happen in a vacuum, and we cannot ignore the ramifications socially. So there's a bigger scope there. So I get it, but I think both ends of that are off. It's not just, oh my God, people lost your lives. It's also not, aha, F them billionaires. There's a conversation to be had. I hope people are brave enough to have it. Um, Chicago shooting by Sun. Yeah, when Chicago, they're lucky to be walking away with no charges. I don't know if this lawsuit is a good idea, but here we are. It'll probably be thrown out. But dog,
I mean, they
you get
can't
what
charge her. Again,
you
it's
get
over.
you get what you get. You fucked around and found out. And all it's gonna avoid if you kept your hands to yourself. Um,
Lot of
in
stuff.
Florida, again, that was just a little bit of a clickbait. It's still 30 years. Like I said, 6 eggs or half a dozen, you still doing 30. It's all the same. Whether you call it murder too or felony manslaughter, it carries 30 years, champ. It's over, prime. Pata Seca, this is just it's just an interesting story I came across that I didn't realize, and you're probably right. There might be more.
Might?
Um,
You know there is.
it's just it's just mind blowing to me. It's more mind blowing how anyone white can see that and be like,
This
it's
happened
cool.
so long ago. Did it happen to you? Nope.
Don't
That's
know. I ain't checked my family tree. Shit, who
I'm
knows?
I'm I'm, I'm not saying back in when you weren't even thought of. I'm talking about right now.
Yeah. Oh, snap. The last thing, real quick, to touch on this, and this is not a recap, this is a topic I just didn't want to leave out there. Three Stacks said there's an album coming. You want to fire about that?
We need something. Hip hop is dead. Bring it back,
Wow,
man.
that's cold. The BET Awards was just a couple nights ago, dog. You really gonna do
Can you,
that?
can you name like
But
5 people from there that weren't like old school?
I didn't bother to watch. I don't watch. I just
Okay, then you know why? Because it's trash.
but it's been ass. Hip hop been ass since they've been taking over for the 9-9.
No,
Yeah,
no, no, no. Because at
taking
least it was
shots at
some
you
diversity.
southern rappers.
This is worse. This is the worst. Like it's so bad that even casuals don't like this shit.
Wow. So if you mad if it's an Outkast album? If it's not Three Stacks, it's an Outkast album. You mad about that,
Nope.
or you just want Three
Nope.
Stacks?
I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm pretty much.
Like like
I'm pretty much more
I'm
mad if it's only Three Stacks.
actually
I'd
I'm
like
not.
an Outkast album.
I want both. Well, I'm being
Right.
greedy.
I'd like an Outkast album.
I would
That's
do.
all. Like
I
I ain't
would.
mad at all. Like
But
if we get Three Stacks, that's awesome. But
like
I personally like an Outkast album. Like bring Big Boy with you.
yeah.
But okay, my bad. You're out. You're a recap, sir.
Yeah, then there's like it's like Jay Electronica. When he dropped the album, was I shocked it was a joint album with Jay? Yes. But was I happy for it? Sure. But
Right.
the billionaire sub, if it did or didn't happen, I don't care. That's up for you to decide. But I don't care because of the two things I said. Could have been avoided, and you're a billionaire. This is all failures. Everything failed, even the sub. So I guess that works out, huh? Two failures make it right. Who told you? Um, Chicago shooting my son. Yep. Only like I said, I'm good with that. I'm just shocked there was no charges. But like I said, the only thing the boy did wrong was he didn't empty the clip. That's the only thing he didn't do wrong. Like I said, double tap, triple tap, quadruple tap,
Get a
quintuple
bed.
tap. So yeah. Like I said that it'd have been a hot box in that restaurant. But uh oh is it Pata Seca? What did
Yes.
you say? I'm not surprised. I've seen stories that they've done this. They've done this in America. They've done like breeding. Like, how do you think new slaves were made? You think it was consensual? Every slave got married and just had kids willingly? No, they didn't. You was getting it one way from another slave or master.
Mm.
Just how it went. But they're going to deny that, and we don't want to upset little Johnny and little Timmy and Samantha or whatever.
There you
Um,
go.
and Flash, it was mid, below mid, not worth seeing it in theaters. And actually, you're already doing that, so I don't even have to tell you. It's tanking horribly. So, hey, just wait for it to stream. If you want to just see Michael Keaton one last time in the best suit, that might be the only reason to watch it. That's it.
And no one's mentioning Supergirl. Like, was she trash or something? Like, no one's mentioning
She was
Supergirl.
trash. It just her fight scenes was trash. And then it's just she was getting
General
her ass
Zod
whooped
came
though.
back. Like, yo,
She was
General
getting her
Zod
ass
came
whooped
back.
by Zod. That's the whole
Oh,
thing. Multiple times. That's why I'm like, damn, what I thought we was in the feminist movie. Why she getting her ass whooped like this? What is this? Avengers would never. We saw it in Endgame. They were putting in that work. They just messed up completely, man. They just dropped the ball and everything, you know.
you're
Well,
stupid.
but yeah, three stacks. I can't wait. Outkast, that would be a great surprise. Just I need something with substance. Killer Mike's album was great too. It was good.
Oh, I gotta listen to that.
It
The
was
micro
good.
album. I told you the micro album. I'm like, because I'm
Yeah, I
hearing from
listened to it.
reliable
It was
sources.
good. It was good. I
Okay.
wouldn't say classic. It was good. It was blackety black
Whoa.
and religious.
Because
That's
I'm
I
hearing
wouldn't.
everyone I'm hearing is like that joint is classic.
Me, but it's really good. It's good. I wouldn't put it as classic
So
in
you
my
not put
opinion.
this next to King's Disease.
No.
Wow. And this is
Mostly
not
probably
northern.
because the
This is
beat
not northern
selection.
bias.
Huh?
And this is
No.
not northern bias.
Because I love Run the Jewels.
Legit.
So and LP was
Because
on it, well, at least for one track, which I'm pretty sure he produced because all the other tracks I wish he did produce. But it wasn't
interesting.
the Billy Butcher situation. It wasn't the beats weren't that horrible. I said Billy the Butcher, Benny the Butcher.
Why is Benny the hometown boy catching strays? But okay.
You the king of throwing strings. I'm just saying, but Billy, I keep saying Billy. Benny is nice with it. Just like, bro, you're under the Eminem umbrella. Like, go talk to Dre or
My
somebody. Like,
goodness.
it's not that hard.
And
But
I
all
did
right, but
not
yeah,
throw I did not throw strays at Iowa today. So there's that.
they just did.
No, I didn't.
Somehow they called it straight. I don't know how. Probably because of slavery. I don't know. They called it straight because of slavery. There you go.
Hey, I'm saying I still need me a Slipknot mask. I'm still down the
No, they
team.
ain't give you nothing. Now, all the stuff you be talking about Iowa, from unprovoked, by the way, they don't even do nothing there.
That was a stray.
I'm
That
just,
was
I'm just saying.
that was a stray right there.
It's kind of hard to do so when it's like three black people there, but I got you.
Okay, well, we have my co-host and myself and the 9 black people in Iowa. Um,
Shout out to listening. Thank you.
but I'm still down to be the first black member of Slipknot. Just get me a mask with a big X across the front of it. You know what I mean? Um, oh man, I have myself and my co-host. Same bad time, same bad channel next week from the Yeah I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yeah.